G'day, my name's Chris Walker, and today I really want to talk to you about the laws of nature and how to heal a broken heart. Now, everybody from time to time gets a broken heart. Don't think that it's an exclusive experience just for one person alone, and quite often some of us have 3 or 4 of them in our lives. The key in healing a broken heart is to understand that you can love somebody and release somebody or detach from them in the same breath. Now, that seems at first a bit of an oxymoron or a contradiction, because how can you love something and release it at the same time? Well, just imagine you had a child and that child was getting married, and you had to honor the fact that your daughter or your son was marrying someone else and moving on in their life. Well, you can love them, but you can't stay attached, because that would be ridiculous. They've got to move on in their life. So the fact of the matter is, you can love people, but you don't have to necessarily take responsibility for them or buy into their journey. That means love means detach. To love someone really fully means to detach from them. Now, the journey of detachment can be quite difficult, because we miss people and we'll get on the phone and we'll go, oh, I miss you, and we want to get back together again. Or we can be even, as many men are, they can even be mean and cruel in order to just maintain some form of communication with another person. So in the beginning, when there's a broken heart, you have to take the power back to yourself. Take the power back and don't communicate with this other person for a period of time. And that may be a couple of days, or maybe a couple of months, or even could be a couple of years. You have to heal this broken heart without them involved. What's causing the pain of a broken heart is your attachment to that person. Now, we get attached in very funny ways. At the most fundamental, our attachments are very physical. We want the physical presence of that person. We want to touch them. We want to hold them. We want to be sexual with them. And the thought of them being in that experience with another person makes us almost go crazy sometimes. But think about this. You don't own that person. And if you love them, you want them to be happy. And if they don't want to be with you, then surely you want them to be happy with somebody else. That's sort of a necessity for you to move on. So wishing another person good luck in their journey into the future is part of the healing process of a broken heart. Now, that doesn't sound very complex, but I know it is. And I know when it comes to feeling emotionally down, it can be really, you can really feel like you've been left behind. But think about this. We're on a little planet called Earth, and that's going around the sun, and that sun is one of billions of stars in the Milky Way, and that Milky Way is one of 50 billion galaxies that have been seen in the universe. So we're sitting on this tiny dot, and you're worrying about one other person and a broken heart. The perspective has shrunk, and that's the problem of it all. When our whole life shrinks into a dynamic with one other human being, we've lost connection to nature. And that's what I think is the healing part. You've got to get outside, go and touch a tree, go and sit around some nature, and reconnect yourself to the bigger picture of life. So we shrink into these relationships, and we lose the boundary between ourselves and somebody else emotionally. And next thing you know, we've got a broken heart because they break that connection. In fact, nature will not allow us to remain, let's say, attached to another human being to that level for very long. It's unnatural. It's kind of like the quote, when two things are exactly the same, one of them isn't necessary. So when you lose the sense of individuality and you lose the sense of your own oneness and your own connectedness to the bigger picture, and you start focusing down into one person, one other person, nature destroys that relationship. I know it sounds cruel, but at least it'll give you an understanding that you aren't necessarily to blame, that there are external forces which cause relationships to break down. A broken heart is a broken ego. And you've got to hear this. It's not criticism. Ego is one of the most important parts of the human condition. But love doesn't break a heart. Egos break a heart. So love will not attach to anything. If you love something, really love it, then it's not yours. It belongs to the whole breadth of life. Emotions attach themselves to things. And so sometimes out of a feeling of inadequacy or feeling incomplete or feeling more complete, let's put it in a positive context, by being around another person, we attach to them, and then nature snaps us away again, giving us back our spirit, giving us back our own heart. Sometimes in a breakup of a relationship, when I do counseling with people, the most common cause of a relationship breakup, believe it or not, is when one of the two people have talent, have a gift, and they're hiding from it. So in other words, they might be musical, but they're not singing, or they're not dancing, or they're not playing that music. They're not living their full potential, not living their life. What they do is they grab a relationship instead, because the relationship makes them feel very good. But we have a bigger reason for our life than just feeling very good, hanging on to somebody else. And your broken heart is just the experience of being reawakened to the fact that you have potential you're not fulfilling. And there's where the focus should be in healing. The healing is not about relationship. 99% of the time, it's not about relationship. You could jump into another one tomorrow. It's about you saying, what is my dream in the world? What do I want to give the world? What do I want to do? How do I put the steps in place to go and do it? Now, I don't necessarily say you're going to be the world champion, but what you can do is you say, my intent is to be my best. My intent is to do this one thing with my whole heart, with all my love and all my passion. And you'll find the more you focus on that particular issue, the more love becomes yours to own. The more love becomes a process, a path down which you go. So seize the moment, take this pain that you're feeling from a broken heart and say, what do I want to do with my future? What am I blocking? Why have I become so attached to this person? And if you can find the reason that you're so attached and you can reverse it, you'll be able to celebrate life as you need to celebrate it, which means fulfilling your own potential. Going out there, living your dreams, being joyful every single day. Remember, love is the most important thing in the world. And the most important love you'll ever have is the love that you give others, not the love you get. So love people, love them through your work, and love them through your soul. Here's a list of a few things that not to do next time. It's a long list, isn't it? So this is Chris Walker. Have a beautiful day. Remember, the most sacred thing you can do is to do what you love and love what you do in your life. That'll heal your broken heart. Have a great day. Bye now.